Class 10 Economic Applications, the second chapter for the second term syllabus. The chapter name is Destructions of Ecosystem. The chapter, the chapter is somehow related with the studies of geography because it mentions about the ecosystem. Now, but as an economic students, we have to know the problems around the environment, around us, and the development or the destructions that happen around the ecosystem. So before we go into detail, what is the ecosystem? Let us just explain little with the definitions that is given by the Oxford dictionaries. The Oxford dictionary define ecosystem saying that all the plants and living creature in a particular area are considered in relations to their physical environment. In other words, it explains like an ecosystem refers to a complex set of relationships among the living resources like human, plants, and other living organisms. And non-living organisms like sunlight, water, minerals, soil, and climate, etc. of an area are all considered to be an ecosystem. But what happened is, due to the changing global pattern of land use global pattern of land use have had a significant negative effect on the ecosystem. Because of this negative effect that happened in the ecosystem, the destructions started on the destruction started on the ecosystem. Now, see what is the basic changes in the land pattern, and what changes around the world can be analyzed as follows. Let us see the changes, the basic land use pattern that has changed around the world. The first is that the percentage of forest cover in the world has reduced. Due to the deforestation, the land covered by forest has reduced drastically year after year. The second one is the amount for industries and housing has increased. That means what? Due to the increase in the building of industries and housing has increased, the land started to be destroyed slowly, slowly. The third one is the amount of land for roads and other transportation has also increased. The last one, the amount of wasteland has increased. Wasteland means the land which cannot be used for any purpose, for any productions, has increased. And because of all these reasons behind, the ecosystem has been destructed slowly, slowly. Now, due to all such changes in the land use, and that had been at the cost of destructions of natural ecosystem like forest, grassland, etc., and for making available more land for agriculture and human settlement, rural land has been converted into urban settlement, and open space are vanishing due to the growth of industries and house that has been made by the human. Now, let us see to the next one, that is industrialization and urbanizations. What is this industrial and what is this urbanizations? Industrialization is a process of manufacturing consumer goods and capital goods of building infrastructure in order to provide goods and services. So, to bring manufacturers to the consumer goods and capital goods, and for making building infrastructure in order to provide goods and services to both individual and business, this industrialization has come up. It plays a major role in the economic development of underdeveloped countries. See, the industrializations actually give the economic development of underdeveloped countries. Wow! Like India, to free themselves from the adverse effect of unemployment. See, underdeveloped countries like India, what happened is that to free ourselves from the adverse effect of unemployment, due to the unemployment, this industrialization has brought more employment. Due to the poverty has been reduced because of this industrializations. Fluctuation in the price of primary products and deteriorations in the terms of trade. Although industrialization is making rapid stride, it is, however, accompanied by growing negative impact on the environmental and social system. However, this has some negative effect. How even how developing it is through the industrializations, there is some negative effect of the industrializations. The negative effect of industrializations are worse than natural disaster, like earthquake, flood, cyclone. More than this, the natural disasters are more harmful to human being. That is what we can see some of the well-known example of industrial disaster. What is that? Bhopal gas tragedy, 3rd December 1984. Leakage of chlorine gas from Sweri industry, 14 July 2010. All this causes destruction to both environment and human life. So, as a result of industrialization, what happened is that the progress of urbanizations is also growing fast. So, as industrializations grow, side by side, the urbanizations means the making of towns and cities also growing fast due to the industrializations. So both of these have deep impact on the ecosystem. So urbanization refers to general increase in urban populations because of the movement of people from less industrial regions to more industrial region in search of employment. So urbanization means what? When people migrate from the rural area to the urban areas for employment, for getting better life, for enjoying better life living, these people migrate from rural areas to urban areas because they know that, or we know that industrialization happen and that give much of employment. Due to that, what happened that the movement started more from the urban area to the more from the rural area to the urban area. The effect of urbanizations on environment also is there. What is the effect? The effect is that one of the most problem of urbanizations in unsystematic or unorganized growth of unhygienic slum areas. So due to the increase of growth of urbanization, what happened? There is an unhygienic living and slum areas started increasing, and the industries and other areas become overcrowded, savvy living quarters, and many more problems occur due to the urbanizations. Now, urbanizations has been taking place significantly in numerous developed countries, including India. So, these urbanizations are also taking a very important developing side in country like India. By the last 2 decades, that means by the last 20 years, the urban population of developed country world has grown by the average of 3 million per week. See, per week it has increased by 3 millions. So, what happened is that by 21st century, it will be going to be a double and double. So, by 2050, Asia will host 63% of the global urban populations, or 3.3 billion people. Now, under this, industrializations and urbanizations, let us go into explanations of migrations, dwelling units, mining, and construction of dams. So migrations, as we know, migrations happen actually when people move from one place to another. Why people move from one place to another? For better living, for better life standard, or for employment, or many other reasons that we can consider why people move from one place to another. Nowadays, it is a common phenomenon that people are migrating from rural to urban areas because of low wages, poor facilities for education and health, and forcing people to move from rural areas. As the urban facilities, as the people in the people are getting the facilities are not available with the rural area. Due to these reasons, the people move out from the rural area to urban area. So as a result of this, what happened? The concentration of populations is in a limited space, which further increase the stress on land by increasing number of shelter or squatter settlement or causing populations. So what happened as a result of migration? What happened? it causes air and water pollution there. Now next is dwelling unit. What is this dwelling unit? A dwelling unit is a single unit that provides complete and independent living facilities, which means that provide living to the people in a complete way and in an independent way to live in a better way. So including these permanent provisions for living, sleeping, eating, cooking, and sanitation also is being provided in the dwelling unit. Because of the continuous migrations of people into the industrial and commercial cities, more and more space is required for housing or dwelling unit. This has increased the demand for dwelling which are difficult to be made available for the people for the pace of demand. So housing in such places becomes a major health concern due to the lack of sanitation, overcrowding, then water supply, and many other things that makes the problems. And as a result, it creates destruction to the ecosystem. However, the government of India aimed in providing shelter to the poor below poverty line and for the rehabilitation of slums. So some of the policies or the project that has been uh, provided by the governments of India are what? Number one, slum rehabilitation center scheme. Slum rehabilitation scheme. Slum Rehabilitation Act 1995 was passed by government of Maharashtra to, to protect the rights of slum dwellers and to upgrade this slum by providing unemployment. The next one is Jawaharlal Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru National Urban Missions. Sorry, Jawaharlal Nehru National Urban Renewal Missions. So what this missions is giving? Under this scheme, the Meghalaya government had initiated the construction of 600 dwelling units for the urban people of poor at Lamphira in Nomansong. Then there is Indra Awas Yojana. The objective of Indra Awas Yojana is primarily to help constructions of new dwelling unit as well as conversions of unserviceable kacha house into paka, simpaka by the members of SC and ST people. Then other one is that basic minimum service that has to be provided by the government to the low earning income group, especially to the member of SC and ST. Then another one is national agenda of governance and housing for all. Another point is mining. Mining also is one of the process that disrupt the ecosystem. Mining is a process of extracting metals and minerals from the earth crust. So when we start mining are for many reasons. When we dig the underground earth to take out many useful resources like gold, silver, diamond, iron, uranium, all these are the process of mining or the work of mining. So what happens is that mining reaps huge profit. Mining actually brings a huge profit to the companies and own them and provides employment to a large number of people. Despite its economics important, the question, even though it is a very important for the economic development of a country, the question is, how does mining affect the environment? Even though it's developed, it brings the growth in the economy of a country, but how it affect the environment is a pressing environment. It is a very important issue in the environment. So the causes of environment, the causes, the harm that caused to the environment by mining are as follows. It causes deforestation and removal of vegetation. Due to mining, what happened? Deforestation started and the removal of vegetation. In order to construct a mine, large amount of land has to be cleared of trees and vegetations. This is a bad for environment. The second one is the waste material remaining under the valuable minerals has been extracted is called tailing. After mining, what is remaining there, the other work like a mining is called a tailing. These tailing are generally made up of hazardous material, that is a very dangerous material from which the dust from this tailing causes air pollutions. Mining also contaminates groundwater because it is extractions of mineral. Some toxins as cyanide and mercury are used that can permanently pollute the water. So there are also there are also other destructions of ecosystem like construction of dams. Dams and reservoirs can be used to supply water, generate hydroelectricity, power, increasing in water supply for irrigations, and to improve certain aspect of the environment. However, this development through the construction of dam also can lead or destroy the ecosystem. That is how the construction of a large dam completely changed the relationship of water and the land, destroying the existing ecosystem balance, which in many cases has taken thousands of years to create. Currently, Currently, there are around 40,000 dams which obstruct the world's river. Changes in water flow, flowing dam formation can alter a river channel from and impact the plants and animals that are like habitat affecting the animals and plant communities living there. And the last destruction of ecosystem is the shifting cultivations. Shifting cultivation is also called a zoom cultivations or zooming or zoom cultivations, which you know and is very common in our state Tripura also with the tribal people, where zooming is the life for them because that is their livelihood. It is very old type, of course. It is a very old type, and this is not a new thing. This is a very old type of cultivations of agriculture practice in which plot of lands are cultivated temporarily and then abandoned. So the people what they do about the zoom cultivation is they take select a plot of land, they clear the land, they plant for a temporary time, maybe for a year, then they abandon the land. So this is how the cultivations or zoom cultivations happen. This system often involves clearing a piece of land followed by several years of wood harvesting or farming until the soil loses fertility. Until the soil loses its fertility, the people will go on cultivating on the land. Once the land becomes inadequate of, that means what? Inadequate of crop production. If the land doesn't give a proper good production, the land will be abandoned and will remain useless. So, some of the state that loss in forest cover between 2000 to 2005 to 2007. I will just mention some of the state in India. The first is Nagaland. The Nagaland has loss in forest cover like 201 kilometer area, square kilometers due to the region, due to shifting cultivations. Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, and of Tripura. Tripura has lost almost like 100 kilometers square because of this shifting or zooming cultivations. Then we have many states like Assam, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Haryana, Karnataka, Goa, Dadar, Nagar Haveli, Bihar, Jammu and Kashmir, Andaman and Nicobar Island. And at the last, we can know that Andaman and Nicobar Island, it is just 1 kilometer square, where effect of due to the effect of tsunami. That is not because of June cultivations. So here, under this zoom cultivations, the slum and burn is a specific practice that may be part of shifting cultivations. Under these shifting cultivations or the zoom cultivations, slash and burning is a practice that is being that has been practiced by the people. It is an agricultural procedure widely used in forested area, although it was practiced historically in temperate region, and today it is most widely associated with the tropical agriculture. So now, the last the effect of this shifting cultivation is the effect of this shifting cultivation is divesting, divesting and far-reaching in degrading the environment and ecology of this country. So now what we have to do is that uh, this this kind of cultivations or this kind of method really creates harmful gases into the atmosphere and causes an air pollution. So with this, I want to end this chapter and see you in the next class. Thank you.